Hey folks, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com. Hey folks, one of our loyal subscribers to our YouTube channel sent in a great question today. Hey Patrick, how do we structure inheritance in our estate plan to avoid taxes? And we're talking here in the context of estate taxes and capital gains tax. So folks, so important how to structure your estate plan to avoid or minimize taxes. You may not be able to avoid them altogether, but however, if you create your estate plan properly with the proper tax code language in the four corners of this legal instrument, then the assets you put into your treasure chest, whether it be the family home or the family vacation home, as well as non-real estate cash assets, ought to be protected from the tax man substantially and permissibly. If you have a taxable estate, like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has a state level estate death tax. For example, Bill and Mary, or just Bill or Mary, and you're over $2 million, the day you check out and go up to your cloud, the tax man, the second-headed monster, is going to have a legal interest in your estate, and your fiduciary trustee, personal representative, executor will have an obligation to pay the tax man, okay? So if you have a taxable estate for the estate death tax, folks, state level or federal even, you need to put the tax language in your plan called marital trust plan and bypass tax credit shelter trust. Again, this is only available for married couples per the Internal Revenue Code. These are sub-trusts created within the tax code designed to shelter assets after Bill passes away, so Mary can shelter and protect those assets to minimize the hit from the tax man. Designed and permissible by law, not automatic, because they do not offer the same marital trust planning for single individuals. So single individuals may want to look at permissible gifting or maybe a charity of your choice, things of that nature. Also, folks, let's talk about the capital gains tax for a moment. When we are creating irrevocable Medicaid trusts for our clients to protect their family home from the fourth-headed monster, Medicaid, $18,000 per month nursing home, private pay, first of all, you got to beat that 5-year look-back period. Number two, you need to create an irrevocable Medicaid Asset Protection Trust. However, that Medicaid Asset Protection Trust, folks, needs to also have proper tax planning in there under Internal Revenue Code 671 through 679, because that will give you the 1014 step-up in basis where your loved ones will get the date-of-death value of your family home, not what you paid for it 30, 40, 50 years ago, which is called the carryover basis. You do not want to give your loved ones, your children, the carryover basis. And you'd get that by putting their name on the deed in your lifetime. You would also give them that carryover basis if you create a Medicaid trust that does not have the proper tax planning language in there. And I had the occasion to review 2 Medicaid trusts fairly recently for new clients, and their kids would have got hit with a $120,000 capital gains tax bill. Client had no idea. We made sure we repaired and fixed that for them with a proper irrevocable Medicaid Asset Protection Trust to avoid probate court, right? Because people die, trusts do not. Avoid probate day one. Proper tax code language in there. Internal Revenue Code 671 through 679. Limited power of appointment. This is legal tax code ingredients that you need to write down, review with your estate elder law attorney to make sure they're crossing the T's and dotting the I's to avoid capital gains tax for your loved ones. Bloodline protection. Strongly recommend put that asset protection language in there, the true and tried Internal Revenue Code asset protection language in there. And then, of course, so long as you stay unincapacitated for at least 5 years under current Medicaid laws, and then the house ought to be protected, should be protected from Mass Health, Medicaid, or Medicaid in your jurisdiction. Make sure all the proper language is in there, folks, because the devil is in the details. You got to make sure that trust is solid, and you're working with a qualified, experienced elder law attorney that knows the tax code as well. Folks, thanks for joining us here today, but that's how you structure your estate plan to avoid the metaphorical second-headed monster, the tax man. We're talking today in the context of estate death tax as well as capital gains tax. And folks, capital gains tax oftentimes could be a higher percentage rate than the estate tax. So not a do-it-yourself project, folks. Folks, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, because we will keep you updated here and continue to keep you updated as well on elderlawcare.com. Second book, Top 20 Strategies, Top 20 Questions that I hear at the educational workshops. Strongly recommend pick up a copy of that book, put it in your elder law library as well to give you the power tools to help you slay that metaphorical four-headed beast right there, folks. Thanks for joining us here today at elderlawcare.com.